The Diary of ACP, Cerebral Palsy. Kid, by Oliver Knight. My name is Oliver and I have cerebral palsy. CP affects different people in different ways. I am a quadriplegic, which means this condition has affected all four of my limbs. I cannot write, but I type with 2 fingers on my computer and I usually use voice-activated typing. I am also a twin to my sister. Her name is Georgia, and I also have another sister named Layla, who is 3 years older than me. My younger brother is Jesse. He is 5 years old. I live with my grandparents. I have been living with them for 3 years now. I don't know how they have the energy to take care of 3 noisy, energetic children like us. Of course, there are also the CP things, which means I need a lot more care. My parents are divorced, so my grandparents are my official caregivers. They definitely need a medal for their courage throughout this journey. I don't see my dad often, but sometimes me and my sisters go and see my mom. She lives with my stepdad Mark and my brother Jesse. She has long blonde hair, is smart, kind, and friendly. She has 6 dogs. They are all rescues. I love playing games on my iPad. Some of my favorite games are Roblox and Call of Duty. I have 3 good friends, Caden, Alex, and Demi May. We like to play Roblox together, and I also go to school with a boy called Alex. He is truly funny. I go to a school called The Learning Corner. There are usually 3 other people there, Alex, Chloe, and Abby. My favorite is Abby because she is so chilled about everything. I have 2 teachers whose names are Cynthia and Tasha. They are kind, funny, and very helpful. I really enjoy being with them. I do not have any good memories with my parents. But one of my best memories in my life is when my grandparents adopted a puppy, Golden Retriever. Her name is Lexi. She was born in East London, so we had to fly her all the way to get to us in Johannesburg. Lexi is a very loving and intelligent dog. How lucky are we? Another one of my favorite memories is when Rosie, my helper, and I used to play in the garden. We used to pick leaves and mix them in water and pretend we were scientists. We crushed up flower petals and added them. I felt so important. It was great fun. Rosie and I also baked biscuits and sold them for money so I could buy boxing gloves. At least I was resourceful. People in our street are also very kind. They supported us and gave us all the money we needed and more. It was amazing and I loved my little business venture. There are 3 guards at our boom, whose names are Jabu, Mabaso, and Daniel. They are such friendly and reliable men, I feel really safe with them. Plus, it helps being special like me. People always show me empathy, which like taking advantage of. So, of course, at some point I had to go to school. I went to grade 0 and grade 1 at Crawford International. It wasn't that nice. It was difficult to communicate with others and I felt very lonely and isolated. It's generally difficult for teachers to deal with kids like me, so I do understand the challenge. We go every second weekend to my Uncle Gray, my father's brother. He has 4 children, Connor, Joshua, Sarah, and Zach. It's always fun to be with them. And he also has a big car, a Ford. We do all sorts of exciting things, like roller skating. He also takes us to church every Sunday, and we get delicious croissants on the way. I am so spoiled. It's a huge treat. I was actually homeschooled for 2 years. By teacher Taryn, Caden and Demi May are her 2 children. Caden and Demi love to go out. One of their favorite places is the skate park. Caden loves to build things like Lego and cardboard guns. Alex loves to work out. He is a purple belt in karate. Demi likes cooking and arts and crafts. We have a wheelchair ramp at home so I can get up and down the stairs. I also have an electric wheelchair so I can get around more quickly. It's so frustrating at times, and I wish I was more mobile. I have had 7 operations in my life. Some include Botox in my legs and putting pins in my hips. I have also had what is called an A-frame, which is basically 2 casts, with a small pole in the middle, which is when they put the pins in. I could not move my legs at all for 6 weeks. It was very itchy and uncomfortable. The joys of CP. One of my favorite shows on TV is Young Sheldon. It is about a little boy who is very smart. I actually relate to him a lot in the sense that he is so different, and people just don't understand him. One of my favorite things to do when I was younger was horse riding lessons with my horse named Gemini. She was the fastest horse in the stable. I don't ride anymore because it's boring, riding around a dry field all the time, and I need more stimulation. It is also not easy for me to eat at restaurants because of the wheelchair. Another difficult thing for me is to get in and out of the toilets, which makes it really uncomfortable, especially if I need to pee. I love taking Lexi, my dog, to training at a park in Edenvale. There were about 6 other dogs there, and they learned how to sit, stay, and lie down. I would love to watch the dogs do all of their exercises. I also long to get up and run around with them. One of my sister's favorite things to do is ice skating and roller skating. They are not that good, but they still have great fun. I also ice skate, not in my wheelchair, but with my very resourceful uncle, who attaches me to a cooler box and glides around together. It's amazing. I have to say it is the most wonderful feeling of freedom. I'm truly lucky to have such a wonderful and patient uncle. I have a standing wheelchair. It is good for me to stand because it strengthens my muscles and helps me become a lot stronger. I do a lot of standing in physiotherapy. This is to strengthen my bones and my balance. But honestly, it's really a strain. I also love camping. One of my favorite camping trips was when me and my cousin Joshua went into the woods on an adventure. But unfortunately, we got stuck in the mud, which was not surprising. Joshua pushed as hard as he could, but it was no good because my wheelchair weighs 200 kilograms, so Joshua was not able to get it out of the mud. But luckily I had my Apple Watch, so I was able to call my grandfather my hero, or should I say superhero. And he finally was able to get it out of the mud. We found a small tree, so Josh used his axe to cut it down. Then we used the wood to start a fire because Josh also had a lighter. How smart is that? My grandparents changed the bathroom downstairs so that it will be easier for me to use. But it's still not easy for me. I can reach the tap and soap and towels, but someone needs to help me get into the shower. There is now a seat there for me to sit on, and a hand shower so I can wash myself. But I keep dropping the soap because it's slippery. It's actually so tiresome. I even fell off the seat once and banged my head. Ouch. It was very sore. So now I am rather scared to use the shower by myself. I bath instead. I really do love the bath, especially in winter when the water makes me so warm. There are some joys. A few days ago, my dog Lexi got out the gate without us realizing. She went to the neighbor's house to play with their dog. We worried a little. So I went down the road searching for her. I even went to the security guard and asked him to check the cameras because she was nowhere to be found in the house. Eventually, at 5 o'clock, she came back because that was her dinner time. How very clever of her. I was so relieved when she came back because I absolutely adore her, and it would have really been sad if she was gone. But that's life. For my birthday this year, we went to warm baths. We left at 3 o'clock on Friday and had to drive for about 2 hours. When we got there, we unpacked the car and stayed in a small cottage. Warm baths in the water park. So we put on our swimming costumes and went to the pool. There are also lots of water slides. My favorite is the lazy river, which just goes on forever. After a while in the pool, we went to Spur. I had steak. It was quite delicious. Oh well. Holidays are over and it's back to school and slogging again. Sigh.